Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Hallelujah Caesar review. I am looking at Hit or Miss. This is a game published by Gamewright Games and is for 3 to 8 players, ages 10 and up. The game where great minds think alike. Now, I really enjoyed this game. We just played this one real recently as a family and had a really good time with this. It takes about 15 minutes, a very quick game, 3 to 8 players, and it is excellent. I like it a lot. So component-wise, it's a nice small box here. Everything fits well, but there's really no wasted space. And so I really appreciate that. It's a great travel game in itself. So I like that they've kept it nice and small. Everything fits in there. The rules, very nice, very straightforward. It's again, a very simple, straightforward game. So, yeah, I think it is a really fun little party game, family game to get together. And the rules are, you're not going to have any issues with that. There's one die included in the game, and it's got nice recessed, faces here with the raised letters. So you have on the die misses, both misses and hits, as well as the Joker or the Wild, the Gamewright logo here. Probably looks a little familiar, and which you can either choose hit or miss. I do like the die a lot. The one thing, the dice a lot, I think it was a little interesting, the choice here of the colors. They kind of have these different colors. I was a little confused at the fact that they have hit in green and blue and miss in blue and green. It didn't confuse us, honestly, as we played. You're just reading the letters, but I did find it a little bit of an odd choice not to keep like all the hits the same color, because the other component is going to be your category cards and the hit or miss cards. And as you can see here, you have the hit or miss cards are green and blue, primarily blue background for the hit cards and primarily green for the miss. And so it was just kind of an odd choice, I thought, but you'll see here it actually has both colors, blue and green, on them. I just thought that was an interesting choice. I think it would have kept with one color, but anyway, that was the one thing with the die that I thought was a little confusing. Otherwise, we have these cards here. You have 8 different hit or miss cards that you'll hand out to everybody. That just makes it a real nice visualization of if people had the item that you had listed or did not. And we'll talk about that here in a second. So everyone will grab one of those. And then we have the category cards, and we have a timer, sand timer. The traditional sand timer. So, how does the game play? It plays very easily. When someone's a leader, basically all that means is they're going to take the card, and you can play different ways. We actually, with the kids, a lot of times we just drew in whatever the category was on that one side we would do. With the kids, we let them choose, which was kind of nice. As some of them are a little bit better, but I've enjoyed the category so far. But we'll go ahead and take this one. We have Thanksgiving coming up. So foods often eaten at Thanksgiving. So that's brought up. The timer is turned. Everyone then races on their piece of paper. Everyone will need a piece of paper and a writing utensil. They will start writing down as quickly as they can as many things as foods often eaten at Thanksgiving. You're also going to be looking at, and what you're going to be looking at is you want to write down some things that are very common that you think other people will write down. And you also want to try to have quite a few different things that you believe are unique that no one else would have thought of, but still meeting that category. As soon as the timer is up, at that point, you go into a scoring round, and everyone keeps their lists hidden at this point still. And on your turn, you're going to roll the die. Now, whenever the dice says, so this is a hit, I will then choose from my list of words in front of me something that I think everyone else would have written down. Turkey. First thing that came to my mind as we were playing. And so I would say, okay, turkey. And then everyone would look on their list and take their hit or miss card. And yep, I had turkey. And they would put the hit or miss cards. And that person was like, oh, I totally missed that. I usually have ham on Thanksgiving. Okay. So that person would then get points for each person who had that on their list. So I would get 2 points. With the hit cards, those individuals who also had it on their list would also get 1 point. So I would get 2 points because 2 people had it. I would put 2 next to that and cross it off. They would also cross off that word because you can't use it, a word that's already been said. And they would write down 1 point next to it. Now, let's say on my turn, I rolled a miss. So if I rolled a miss, then I'm going to look at my list and I'm going to come up with something that I think people may have not had on their list. I may look and be like, okay, I wrote down rolls. I don't know. That's a lot of, that's my kid's favorite food at Thanksgiving are the rolls usually. So not that one. Let's see, mashed potatoes and gravy. No, that would be a good hit. I imagine people would have that. Cranberries. Oh, my kids probably didn't think about cranberry jelly. I'm gonna say that. So I would say cranberries, and then people would go around and be like, okay, yep, miss. But maybe my wife is thinking, well, yeah, cranberries. I gotta have cranberries with turkey. So they would have a hit. So I would get 1 point for each miss, and I would write that down and cross it off. And these people would not get any points because they missed. However, on a miss, if you got a hit and you had something that people were thinking maybe you wouldn't think of, this person actually gets 3 points. So they would get 3 points, write it down. I would cross it off and write down 2 points for the 2 misses. And that's the game. And it is really, really fun. You know, we just had a fun time and a funny moment with holidays. Well, holidays was a category. And I started writing down, and I wrote Christmas, I wrote Halloween, and I wrote Easter, and I wrote all these different ones. And my son was the first one to roll the die, and he had a hit. And he was like, okay, yeah, Thanksgiving. And my wife and my daughter both had Thanksgiving, and I was like, I totally forgot to write down Thanksgiving. So he didn't get 3 points on that. He only had 2. And it kind of brought up an interesting thought as I was playing this game, because again, that's the game. The only other thing again is the Joker. And so if the Joker is rolled, basically you get to choose. You get to choose first if you're going to do a hit or a miss, and then you say an item off your list, and you go like that. And you play as many times, so everyone starts the round at least once, and you keep track. You have a scorekeeper keep track of how many points you get each round. For 3 to 4 players, you go around twice and roll the die. With 5 to 8 players, everyone would just go once around the table. And it's really, really fun. But yeah, my son, he was like, Thanksgiving, and I was like, oh wow, I completely forgot. And so it made me think more. There's more to this game too than what it is with the just quick like writing things down. Is there may be a little bit of strategy of not including some really popular things that you think people will say, but at the same time you would be missing out on a point, right? Because if it's a hit, then that's, you write a hit. So really what it is you're trying to get all those obscure things too, so that you have things, misses, that people won't have, or if someone is trying to do a miss, that you'll have that item and you'll be able to hit on a miss and get 3 points. So that's the game, and it's really, really fun. We like this one a lot, and I think it's a great party / family game. I'll give you just a few more categories. Departments in a department store, things that are filled with water. Like I wrote down water bottle, and I don't think anyone else had water bottle. I was amazed. Professions that usually dress up, things that are often in a basket. They're just, and again, one of them was like holidays, things at a child's birthday party, things people do when they are sad. And there's a bunch of these cards. They are all double-sided, so you have a lot of categories here that you can play through. The die and the cards, I think is great. I really enjoy Hit or Miss. And I mean, there's no reason why you couldn't create your own categories too beforehand. Everyone make up some categories, put them in a hat or something, and draw one out as you play as well. So I think there's a lot of replayability with this one, and just a really great party game. I would definitely recommend this one, and that is how Lou sees it.